Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day 19 of the ESL Pro League. I am your host, Ryu, and I am now joined at the Xfinity desk by none other than Daze. And I wanted to take a moment to thank one of the sponsors that helps to make the ESL Pro League possible. That is Kingwin. Kingwin, thank you so much for your continued support of the ESL Pro League. Just saw a crazy 2-0 from the Immortals over SK. The door's been opened. They're now tied. SK, that is now tied with OpTic at 10-6. So this series has huge playoff implications as we see OpTic take on Selfless.
Yeah, pretty big matches. Every single match for these potential top 8 teams, is going to be very important. Any match that SK especially plays, OpTic especially plays, very, very important. And then Liquid as well, I think, this is probably the third team.
Yep. Yeah, there's about 8 teams looking out, and we take 8 teams fighting for those 6 spots realistically, just based on the math. So we take a look at the Selfless roster today. Familiar with a bunch of the names here. I'm especially familiar with them, and I know you've played some ranked guests with these guys. Who on that list, Caboose, Nifty, Mitch, No One, and Breeze, stands out to you?
Well, my favorite player is No One because he is absolutely hilarious. But Nifty to me is probably the player that I see and see the most potential in.
Yeah, I think Nifty's he's had those flashes of brilliance. You see the potentials there. I can tell you his work ethic, his attitude is exceptional. And I actually did a throwback Thursday with a picture of him and Hastro, the owner of Envious, from when he was a Call of Duty player several years ago, eliminated their team on LAN. It's like throwing up the deuce. He's like 13 years old. It's a really funny throwback Thursday.
I remember that. He was on Conquest, I believe
he was. Conquest Nifty.
And he looked like he was about 10.
Yeah, it's funny because you can totally still see it's him. He's still a pretty young-looking guy. Take a look at the OpTic roster. Stanislaw, Naf, Tarek, Rush, Mixwell. We talked a lot yesterday about Stanislaw as they decided to stick with him over Daps. Tarek's played well for these guys. Rush, super underrated in this region still. They've been playing really, really well. What do you think's changed for them to allow them to take what seemed like that next step? I talked at the earlier part of the season that they were a team that was always good, not great. Seems like they're starting to work their way up to that great conversation.
Yeah, I think their players are just continually getting more comfortable inside their system and with each other. And because of that, you're seeing a lot of their players make great plays all the time.
Yeah, there you go. Players are getting ready, so we're going to throw this one over to the casters nice and quick. This time it's Moses and the Bears.
Hey.
Stromboli, I believe his new name is. Have some respect.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing all right. I just was coaching the CLG Redcoat match just a minute ago.
Yeah, how are they doing?
They were up 13-2 at the half, and but now
that's a lot. You stepped away and it was 13-4. How you feeling? You a little nervous?
I'm not that nervous because their T side's usually even better on train for some reason. Usually it's the other way around, but they've been doing really well on T side, so I'm not that nervous at all.
Not that nervous, says DeBears. Well, I mean, if you we're going to get into this OpTic versus Selfless matches as soon as they get readied up. There are 9 in the server at the moment, I believe. But what you now we're in a situation where OpTic can catch up in these standings. That SK Gaming, those 2 losses they just took, the beatdown they just took, opens the door for OpTic. And I mean, what are your feelings on this matchup here?
Well, right now OpTic has been on fire. The last couple matches that we've watched them, we have not seen any weakness in the team. It seems like they're always hitting their shots. Their teamwork is phenomenal, and I don't see a weak link on that team right now.
No weak links. Well, it is going to be on cash. OpTic is 3-1 on the season. Selfless is 0-2, so that doesn't bode well for the Selfless guys. All things considered, they came into this with very few win conditions as it is. As you said, OpTic has been playing phenomenally, at least in this pistol round as well. Look at the confidence. All armor, no kits, no utility on the CT side, outside of a decoy on Stan, if you could call that utility.
I like a little decoy here and there,
What is the most effective way to use a decoy?
I would say toss a couple decoys in an area and then just go towards that area. Like wait like 15 seconds, like, oh, it's a fake, obviously, but then boom, you're in.
Yeah, it's like they were a decoy for a fake.
Yeah, it sometimes works. It sometimes works.
Well, very mid-centric hold for OpTic on this defense at the moment. 2 players in middle, 1 spotting from connector, 1 behind these sandbags. You can see it's Mixwell, and there's 2 over towards the B bomb site. So that could be quick rotations, whether it's through the vent, whether it's rotating back around. And here's the pressure. Stan baiting. There is 1 behind the box, and If they kill Stan here, they're not going to expect Tarek, but Stan's got to go down or hit a shot, and this might be too much for Caboose. Actually, he doesn't expect it anyways. Tarek's still alive. He gets 2 kills before being traded off, but this pistol round is going the way of Selfless. It is Naf in a 1-on-2, as he has gotten a kill there at the end. The bomb is not down, so he's got a chance here, and he wants to play with the smoke, maybe able to get around the edge, but those bullets, those tracers just kind of scare him back. So he's going to readjust, and now here's the plan. If he gets aggressive now, he's got a 1-on-1, but he doesn't know where the other player is. He's going to get into the site, actually. There's no cover, but he's not realizing that angle is still exposed every time he peeks his head up, and this is going to be Naf falling. So Selfless take the pistol round, heavily aggressive.
Nice pistol by Team Selfless. They kept it simple, not spreading out, and just sending all people towards that one area. And Tarek almost had a big play right here. He does get 2 people. He gets taken out by Breezy right there, and
the trouble is Stan didn't hit anything.
Yeah, I mean that's usually a problem.
If he gets 1 kill there, that's a massively strong play for Tarek to make afterwards. So not being able to get 1 kill, he did use like a whole clip, so you would have expected him to grab one. And a stack in middle for OpTic, and they have bot, but Mitch just puts short work to it. Just basically deletes that stack, although he's not going to check anything else, and he gets eliminated. Now there's Nifty with the Mac-10. He also falls, so a little bit damaging. And even a 3rd kill, down into a 2-on-2 so quick, and they have the bomb.
I'm a little confused on that by Team Selfless. Like,
you got your hand in the air all confused. You're flabbergasted, I believe is the word.
Like, okay, I can understand maybe taking the mid at start, like, really fast, but, like, you saw the AK just rush towards not checking any spot, like, any common spots that people love to play in. And my mind is just blown right now on that. Like, just slow it down a little bit. You have rifles. Use your range.
I like this call by Mixwell. Very quickly just sprints over towards the B bomb site. I think he's going to get here a little bit quicker than Breezy expects. Bomb is planted in the site, and there's a gap, there's an edge around the smoke that's going to be available for Mixwell to use, but Breezy is going to be looking for that exact play, and he wins it. He saves Selfless from a really tough 2nd round.
Yeah, even though Selfless did win that round, they do lose a lot in armor, and they're going to have to rebuy everything. So OpTic, though, they do have... They are going full safe, but still, Selfless, you got to kind of go a little slower maybe after you have those initial kills after the spot, especially in the middle on this map.
Especially considering Mitch had got the opening 2 kills so quickly. That was basically a 3-on-5 on a save round, or on a force buy, I guess, a pistol buy in that 2nd round from OpTic that they turn into a 1-on-1. So the economy on the T side a little bit easier to manage, obviously. So it's not the worst thing in the world. They can still recover, especially if these Mac-10s rack up some kills and build up some of that bank. A lot of utility being used over towards this B bomb site. We've got 9 players here at the moment in the entire server. So OpTic and Selfless both dedicating a lot. And here's the Mac-10's Caboose. He's going to spray down Stanislaw. Does find it in the end. Nifty's the next one up. He didn't spot one. He does turn around for it, but he's brought so low, and he hasn't fallen. And now everyone is coming at this B bomb site. No one's shying away from the fight. Mixwell is going to peek into this AK. Breezy does land the spray. He's got a pair of kills on the round before he falls. Into a 2-on-3. And the question becomes, does Rush try and save this AK-47, or does he try and do something very, very quickly to try and even things out and go for it?
I think he's going to try to get a kill off the bat. See, he's going to run into Caboose right here in the vents. He gets taken out. So I think right now Rush is definitely going to be trying to save this AK. He is falling back from B. A good little eco. Nice little fun round having all 9 people in one area. I like it. I like a little bar
and
burner.
no one backing away, even when the stack is realized. They're just like, all right, let's fight.
Fight to the death. That's how you usually do it.
Gladiators.
I like that. Good show.
Rush now. Here's the footsteps, and he is going to get that kill. Caboose in the air, cannot respond in time, and it does look like Rush. The other 2 Selfless members are so far away, so we'll get out with an AK-47, which pretty good find for him. He does have 3 kills in the round, so he's made a lot of money, 3,100.
Yeah, it's a nice little bankroll right going, and he has a gun. So OpTic, even though they're down 0-3, they do have a decent amount of money, while Selfless is going to have to rebuy like 3 guns.
Yeah, no AWP for the OpTic side of things. Actually, Rush can still drop one over, and he is going to. So he uses that AK-47, so there's the benefit of saving that AK. He only has 1 smoke, unfortunately, and they only have 1 kit on Mixwell, but at least they have that AWP in play. We'll have to see where that's going to be headed to. It's looking at the moment like it'll be the B bomb site.
Looks like OpTic does have 2 in B, 2 in middle area. Tark, though, after initially spotting middle, he's holding by that white box. So far, he's spotting no one. OpTic do have 2 people in back of A. Selfless, though, is sitting back, trying to hold for pushes, see if there's any shenanigans going around. So far, nothing.
This is looking like this is gonna be their default setup for a lot of the half. It's just a pretty standard spread out, watching everything, causing a little bit of putting a little bit of pressure on places. And I mean that's gonna be effective. You can see Naf, Rush, and Tarek are all out of nades, so they've used the nades very early in the round of OpTic Gaming. They had very little to go into it just because they had that second round bye. So everyone from Selfless now, all 5 members, are rotating slowly over. It's looking like it's going to be just a standard A execute. There's 3 players here from OpTic, though. But as we said, there's only, I don't even think any of these players have the utility. Mixwell at B has the utility instead of Stan. So here it comes. There's no flashes to stop this, but the corner's not checked. Tarek and Naf, they get some kills, one unfortunately on their teammate, and quickly, Selfless, it works perfectly. They just dominate, and now Mixwell is the last one left, and he might not even want to go for this.
Yeah, nice smokes and flashes from Team Selfless. There's even a TK. I think Nafly. TK's, I forget, was it Tarek or he TK's someone on his team.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is. He just shot his teammate in the head. We'll leave it at that.
You know, that's never a good thing. And it was nice that Selfless kind of tossed a couple nades at the start to bait a whole bunch of nades from OpTic, and when they re-execute towards A, OpTic did not have enough flashes or Molotovs to kind of hold them back.
Yeah, they would have loved to have one of those Molotovs because Stan had one and Mixwell had one, but they were the mid and B defenders, so nothing at that A bomb site to slow down that hit. And Selfless, I mean, it looked dicey at the beginning. They traded some kills early on, but then everything went the way of Selfless after that. So it's going to be a 4-0 lead very quickly, and OpTic, they may only have this AWP into the next round.
Yeah, but it's in the hands of a dangerous person like Mixwell, who is able to just almost win rounds by himself. His AWP is pretty good, and Selfless is going to have to be a little careful on not being too careless on this eco. You know, smoke it out, work some angles, and just kind of see where that AWP is.
See where the AWP is. Well, they might not want to find him, to be fair. It is Mixwell. He can turn it around pretty quickly, so hopefully when they do find him, they're able to avoid taking too much damage at the same time. Nifty is going to be employing the AWP for the terrorist side.
Yeah, I like this move by OpTic. They push 2 people out B, so they know for sure that no one is playing even close to Summer, but no one takes out Mixwell. Takes out the AWP off the start, and then he's able to recover it. Stanislav, he has armor too, so he can make a move right now.
Good off angle though from no one to avoid the AWP, and it was a very tough angle to be able to clear out if you're OpTic. That's not a priority angle to check.
Yeah, I would definitely like OpTic to maybe use the pistols to kind of lead for Mixwell, you know, instead of him peeking first.
Well, Tarek's head is casually removed by Nifty. A nice peek towards the car, and Caboose coming over the top is going to grab 2 kills. So the site is open, and now it's Stan's turn to say, save the AWP. And
save the AWP.
He hasn't moved quite yet. I think that's no one in middle, or no, excuse me, it's Breezy, who's actually in a position to be able to cut off this retreat. And I don't know if he's going to get there in time, but Stan's not even going to look for him, so that one turns out to be easy.
Yeah, Stanislav, I mean, he does hit a nice shot, but I would have liked him to fall back a little sooner than that. He kind of put himself in a bad spot by just holding that angle for so long. While they're already planning A, he's not going to win the round, and he was planning on saving it. You might as well just save it earlier. Like, why stay?
This has been a very aggressive start from Selfless, though. It's almost as if no one told them that they were like massive underdogs in this matchup.
Well, they are massive underdogs, and it's the mentality like,
well,
they're not playing scared, which can backfire in that case.
Yeah, as we see, Mitch coming out mid aggressively through a smoke, but no one there to back him up. And either he had a flashbang that just didn't land, but there was really no help for him coming through that smoke. So an easy kill to start things out for Rush, and he's going to relocate from the vents more towards the B bomb site. 3 players of Selfless are here in the sunroom, just biding their time. The bomb is here as well, so this will eventually be an A hit, and it looks like even a Molotov execute. They could just carpet bomb the B bomb site.
This is true, but I think Nifty's going to maybe try to make a move on the other side of the map, maybe pull an extra person from OpTic, who's right now they are playing almost like a 2-2 setup with Nafly and Stanislav in the middle.
So what he's doing, he just Molotov the vents to ensure that there's going to be no defender inside those vents when Selfless does eventually hit this site. It is going to be Tarek playing in checkers. He gets a kill. No one burns out Rush, but Tarek is still alive and still dealing damage. It's all down to no one as Stanislav even prevents Nifty from getting any kind of a flank going, and Tarek with the triple kill gets OpTic on the board.
Tarek primary. So hitting those shots, some nice shots.
A man of many talents.
Yeah, he is. But I wouldn't take it away from his teammates that much, because his teammate in the site was, you know, having their intention right there. You see him. Rush was making all this noise, and Tark was sitting back and shooting.
I mean, he gets 2 assists out of it. It doesn't really mean too much when it's an op that gets the kill, but you do see Rush had some impact there. So the Flames eventually do claim his life, but still, 5-1. OpTic's got to avoid getting reset here. They did have to invest heavily into this run, but you know, likewise on Selfless side, there's very little money left in the bank. So they've taken damage, all that damage during the second and third rounds that they sustained are coming back to bite them here. As if they lose this, even after winning 5 straight, they will have to save.
Stanislav is in a hiding angle. He's trying to be almost a sneaky person for Tark. Tark's going to spot it, and then as soon as he takes a shot, Stanislav's going to probably swing and get some kills. But Selfless, they kind of smell something funny, and they start falling back, and Nifty takes out Nafly.
Yeah, that's a sick flick. He gets tagged up and brings the op down, brings the crosshair away from the balcony. So or the rafters, excuse me. That's really, really well done.
It pulls Mixwell to actually switch with Rush. Now Mixwell's swinging the middle with an op, which could be the right move because they're about to boost, I think, over the middle.
What they could do, they have Tarek over at the B bomb site with that AWP, and he's spotting down an angle. So, I mean, they could actually move Stanislaw even back towards middle, towards the B bomb site, get some more support over towards A, where it's, you know, at least Tarek has that long line of sight to where he can call out some presence before it happens. So either Stan's going to have to rush to have a very quick flank, or he needs to fall back, and it's too late for him to fall back now. Here comes the execute, and it's going to be a split towards this A site. Mixwell's going to be in a lot of trouble, and he can't recover. Doesn't even have the op out, doesn't even have it scoped up. So Rush now has got to play hero behind the smoke. That flashbang works perfectly. There's Tarek, maybe alleviating some of the pressure, and he gets a second one as well. Rush gets a third. There it is. Tarek bails him out of a tough spot. It's in a 2-on-2, so Rush has done his job with the help of Tarek. Bomb is going to get planted, but it's a retake scenario. That Molotov, it's spreading now. That does a lot of damage to Mitch. It's not going to clean him out, but forces him away. The op from Nifty rings true, though. Stanislav falls, and Tarek has made no progress onto this bomb site. 1-on-2 as the smoke's going to come out, try and block at least some of the portions where they could guard against his retake. You can tell he's just being jumpy. He's just trying to be a hard target to hit as he tries to find 1 kill quickly. Nifty in the smoke. Tarek seems to have an idea that's a possibility, but the clock is dwindling. He has a kit, but without 1 kill quickly, this is pretty much impossible. There's the no-scope. And the bomb's not planted for door, but he essentially has to stick this defuse if he's going to do it, and that'll be the opportunity for Mitch to win. So really well played 2-on-1 from Selfless, and they are going to win it in the end, although Tarek gets it a little bit fancy with 4 kills.
Nice, almost a retake by OpTic. Nice shots by Nifty. He got that first kill and then a key kill at the truck angle. OpTic, though, I'm surprised it kept 2 people at B for so long. They had Tark spotting down with only 30 seconds left, and still no one was moving in B, even 1 person down on the team.
Yeah, that's tough for Stanislav as well. You can see he just wanted the shoulder peek that to bait out the shot. But this OpTic team is in a lot of trouble now. Back onto pistols.
Mixwell pushes through in the smoke. He's hiding in the smoke. Hopefully, Selfless will be able to clear this out. He might be able to get a kill right here.
His teammate's going to fall first. There's Mixwell with 1. There's Mixwell with 2. He's traded off by Breezy. And, I mean, there's some good damage done on the Zika round again for OpTic, but I don't think there's a chance that they can really turn it into their favor. Tarek's the last one alive, and he has been the standout player for OpTic so far. There's the Deagle. It does ring true eventually. It's an AK-47, so Mitch all on his own on the other side of the map. The bomb's going to be an easy plant. It is going to be 7-1. Tarek isn't even making any kind of hustle to get over towards that ace site until just now the bomb is planted. But a lot of time is going to run off this clock, and Tarek's not even going to go for it. He knows he's too far away.
Yeah, Selfless did their eco, boosting over middle, and Mixwell hiding in the smoke. He does get 2 people with a 5-7, but Selfless was able to recover and eventually plant the bomb in A.
Tarek's feeling lonely at the moment in terms of the fragging.
Yeah, he's just hitting his shots. Nafly pretty much don't know what he's thinking about right now. Maybe his mind's somewhere else. Maybe Selfless just out shooting them. In Selfless's mind, when you're an underdog like this, like as Ryu said, they always play as well as their opponent, and that could be bad or good depending on how awesome the team is. And OpTic, though, being the better team, they're playing way and above their normal self.
Well, it's not often that you're going to look at this. For as much as we talked about how good OpTic has been playing these past few weeks, Stan at 2 kills, Mixwell at 3, Naf at 1. There's just not a lot of output coming from the OpTic players. So a little bit of a scary start to this game, down 7-1. Tarek's getting close up towards mid. He's spammed up a little bit.
but looks like they're just lurking. They have 3 people in the middle, and Selfless has almost 4 people towards this B bomb site. Looks like this is their default go-to, is just handing 2 people in that sunroom with an anchor kind of helping them out. Looks like they want to take control of the sunroom, but no, they're going to just rush in the bomb site. Stanislaus hiding this site. He's probably calling for his team, but there's no one from OpTic to defend this.
Yeah, the timing on his peak as well. He gave up his position, but he does get the kill, and that's the bomb down in checkers. He gets traded immediately, but here comes the rest of OpTic, all of them streaming through the vents, and Selfless is not prepared for this many bodies to be coming from that position. What a nice aggressive retake from OpTic, and they're going to survive with 4 players alive. So they choose not to defend the B bomb site too heavily, but that they'll just storm through vents together to surprise Selfless, and it works.
Yeah, it looks like Selfless was caught a little off guard right there. They're just running the bomb site, checking spots, and Stanislaus with this nice timing peak, killing 1 person, and then all those people just start pouring out the vents. Selfless is like, wait a minute, what? Huh?
Yeah, and here's the damage to the economy coming into factor. All the pistols on the Selfless side, they have no armor.
Yeah, no armor, light buy. It could be a double save if they want to get ALPs and a lot of utility. We'll see how many people they kill this round. If they're able to take out, like, I'd say 3 people, they probably will buy next round.
Yeah, I think this is gonna. They'd have to get a plant to I think make it a wise investment to go for some kind of a force buy. I think this otherwise has to be a double save scenario. The player on the site is very low. That's Nap. He does fall. Rush his turn. He only gets 1. Mixwell recovers. There's the plant we were talking about, and yeah, they're doing great damage as well. If Mitch gets 1 or 2, it all depends on this peak with the Deagle.
The Miracle D.
Well, Mixwell isn't even watching that angle, so here's finally the peak, but he can't convert the kill, and now everyone is ready for this. Everyone's storming over towards Forklift, and Tarek is going to let him do no more damage. So a little bit scary. OpTic, they lose 2 and they allow the plant, so it'll be interesting to see the decision of Selfless, what they decided. Actually, they're going to buy here, for sure.
Yeah, they have plenty of money to buy. They're going to get rifles with utility. They're playing nades. Let's see if they are able to keep running this T side. I mean, as I play this map, I feel like it is more T-sided, as more coordinated you are. It feels very heavy T-sided a lot of times, because it's so hard to hold that middle. That's why I see OpTic always putting 2 people in mid, at least every round. It's only that mid can be a very hard task to do by yourself.
Well, you need to be able to do. You need to be able to play it. You need to be able to hold mid from time to time. I think it's not. You're not living in reality if you think you're going to hold it every single time it's hit. So you have to be able to hold it sometimes, and you have to know how to play it once you lose it, or once you have the option to give it up. And this is the crazy thing. OpTic now trying to respond. They go aggressive, and Mitch is ready for it. There's a flashbang. He's not ready for that. Tarek's got the angle with the op, but he gives up the fact that it's the AWP, and I don't think anyone from Selfless is going to challenge that.
Nice flashes, though, from his team to help him get back towards that A main area. But they have right now they're playing Mixwell. He's playing up close middle. He's been doing this a lot almost, and hopefully Selfless will be able to catch on to this.
This time with a man advantage. We saw earlier OpTic had 2 players at B, 1 in mid, 1 at A. This time with a man down, they have 2 at A. So Tarek's close up to A main. He's half the angle with the AWP, but Selfless isn't going there quite yet. They're boosting over for a mid split, and they run right into Mixwell, but they win it. And now it's all onto the B bomb site. Stanislaus trying to fall away. I don't know if he realizes they're coming to his bomb site. He's the only man here. There's no smokes though on the Selfless side. They have 4 Molotovs. They don't use any. They line up. Stan gets 2. It's brought down into a 3-on-3, and that might be a mistake. No nades to force him away from that. They just ran in, and now the full rotation is on. Everyone is at this B bomb site. OpTic with a chance here, and actually catches the edge of the box. Nifty makes a mistake, and Tarek punishes it. So Rush now is preparing. He's trying to keep them back, and now the Molotovs are used, but it's too late. They had the utility needed to cross, and they didn't use it in a timely fashion. And Mitch here, he's got Tarek low as well. That nade, that's got to do the trick, or at least forces Tarek away. Actually, it almost did it, but Rush is just going to drop down. That's going to stop the plant. That's going to win the round. That got really dodgy there towards the end.
That is a heartbreaking round to lose right there. That's, I mean, as you notice, as he gets 2 kills right here, Stanislaus, both of them are looking towards the bomb site. Like, how can you look both at the bomb site at that angle?
There's 4 Molotovs on the Selfless side. There was even a couple of flashbangs and nades. Any of those to be used to make that player uncomfortable, to obscure the vision, whatever it might be. And that's a win for Selfless, guaranteed.
Yeah, but in those kind of situations, if you don't have, or if you don't use those kind of Molotovs, you have to bait the person who's ahead of you. You can't line up, especially at a common choke point where there's always a person at that CT spawn area. It's like it's always there. There's always a person there.
Well, Nap's going to get a chance to farm here, as this is looking like it's going to be a hit through the smoke. He's got the UMP. Get that bonus money, just waiting to see if he can spot anyone. And he's going to swing out. He finds one. They're stacked. He grabs 2 kills off of that. Kills the bottom player first. Wise decision. Can't get any more, though, but he's got a little bit of his money, and there's no real damage that Selfless can do from here. Rush is just going to spray him down.
Yeah, that was a nice little move. They bought head armor, too, so Selfless playing the money game. They were losing 3 rounds prior to that, so it's smart of them to get pistol head armor. They do have an AWP on Nifty, so Nifty, I would think, just keep having them lead with an AWP, because he's been getting some nice picks at the start of the round. Even though he only has 5 kills, it was an impact round that he did.
The tough part is it seems like OpTic's starting to wake up. Selfless, they've done a great job this half of getting some of the early advantage, some of the opening kills. And in the start of this half, they were capitalizing on that. And actually, the flashbang blinds 2 players. Mixwell pushes through. He's very fortunate he doesn't get punished. But ever since, these last few rounds, OpTic has really been able to even sustain when they're in a man-down situation. So they've got to come alive here to prevent Selfless from running away with this. And Tarek is playing out of his mind at the moment. He's 18-5.
Yeah, Tarek really putting his team on his back, always getting a kill every round almost, and he's just playing really, really nice. And his AWP is just, it seems like, his AWP's on point right now.
Maybe that's been his issue throughout his whole career. He always fashioned himself to be a rifler. Maybe he's an AWPer.
Hey, this game is dominated by AWPers. Of course, there's some good rifles in this game, but the majority
a couple good riflers here and there.
There's a lot of them, but it seems like a lot of the top players are always AWPers. It's so easy to hit one shot, one kill. You can hold tight angles. You can be long range. You can hit them anywhere above the waist. It's so nice being a good AWPer. I used to be AWPer. It was nice. It's easy almost.
Senior AWPing, it's not that impressive.
Jason, come on.
Come
on, Jason.
Speaking of good AWPers, Tarek is alone in the site, and he's been on fire with this weapon, at least in this match. He's going to have Mitch, and he's going to have Breezy, and he's waiting to see any indication of where they're going to come from first. He's starting to hear the footsteps, but he's got Rush there, although he doesn't connect any shots on the way past. So Tarek still gets one, and there's Rush for the cleanup.
Shotgun AWP right there.
Why not? Well, at least he's going to take one down with him, and then Rush forgets to pick up the AWP, so they've got to reinvest into that. But this late in the half, 2 rounds left, it's not that big of a deal.
Not big of a deal at all. And OpTic just coming back, as you said, they're coming alive. They're like, wait a minute, we can't be this easy. This is still Pro League, okay? Even though Selfless is not at the top, they're still a decent team. And wouldn't you say so, Jason?
Only because I know Ryu is listening in. Well, I mean, part of it, too, might be some added pressure onto the OpTic side once they saw SK fall 0-2. This is a great chance for them to just jump up the standings and grab a pretty commanding lead. So maybe adding some pressure on themselves in that sense. Either way, they've started to handle business here, and now they have an okay buy to go against. UMP, 2 Tech 9s, Molotovs everywhere at the same site. Breezy's going to have to run right through it, down to 21, but he still gets the kill. Rush not prepared for that whatsoever, and actually Breezy and No One, they combined for 3 kills so quickly. Some incredibly low players on the Selfless side, but they have a commanding lead into this round. They've got a great hold on this bomb site. 2 players in quad boosted up. I think that's 2 players over towards Forklift. These are the low HP players, and Stan's going to spot that. And there's one through the smoke. That's beautiful because Mitch and Caboose are so low. This is still a doable round all of a sudden because of the work of Stanislaw. And he's waiting for another peek, hoping they're going to give it to him. But Mitch with a nice headshot on Tarek. It's all down to Stan walking into the site, and No One is at an angle he's not prepared for. So 8 rounds for Selfless. They ensure that they'll at least win the half.
Nice moves by Team Selfless right there with
Show me your moves.
Breezy just rushing through mollies and just catching Rush off guard right there, and he gets 2 kills even with like 5 HP.
Yeah, that was surprising. I'm a little bit curious as to what was going on that Rush, because I don't think he was blind on his screen. I didn't see him get flashed or anything like that. He just didn't seem like he was prepared for anyone to come through that Molotov.
Yeah, and it's sometimes that could be a good move if you pull it off, but if you don't pull it off, you look kind of like an idiot.
This is true. How much of that is true about plenty of moves that are made in Counter-Strike?
1G. Had to throw that out there. And Selfless, though, they do have 4 people towards this mid area. Mitch is always working out in this crubby area, so they know they're not playing close middle. So they take control of middle. OpTic, though, is kind of spread out. They have 2 people. Actually, they do have Rush pushed in the A main, so they do have some information that Selfless might be taking mid or B at this point in the game.
Tarek's alone here with this, oh, actually, he's very far back in the connector. So with this pistol, he's just trying to play any kind of information gathering mission. He's not there for a fight. He might be there for a lurk if they try and hit up towards the A bomb site. But for the most part, he just wants to know what he can find out to give his team the calls, being in that centralized position with the 5-7 only. So he knows there's a nade. Now he sees this smoke. So all that all that OpTic really knows is that mid control is all the way of Selfless, and even Stan pushing up, trying to grab a little bit more information, a little bit overzealous as well. He falls, and this is going to be a slow split towards that A site. And Tarek, there's no information to be gathered here. Rushes out in the open. He wins the initial battle, but he's going to get a second one as well. He hasn't been traded off just yet until Breezy finally comes in for 2 kills. A third onto Tarek. He's put his team in a great position. A 3-on-1, and it looks like Selfless is going to get up towards 9. Naf has to go for this. There's no reason not to. He has no kit, though. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jinx.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you, Jinx.
Well, it's too late now, isn't it?
I unjinx it.
Well, Naf is going to work his way into the site. And this is smart by Selfless. No one even making an appearance.
Playing the bomb, planting the open, playing the bomb. Textbook play by Selfless.
Well, Eric's loving it. Ryu's probably loving it. Selfless is up 9-6 at the half. Someone needs to tell them they're the underdog. Someone needs to tell OpTic that this is their match to win. We'll see if they can come back in the second half. Stay tuned, and we'll return shortly.
He's gonna get the 1 kill in that bomb coming onto the side. FNX has to stay alive. Oh, he gets the triple FNX! Oh my god, what a way to win that round! They don't have a smoke, so this orb is still.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Soylent, Xfinity, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, The Score Esports, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Well, I had a lovely halftime because I just found out that when De Beers left coaching CLG Red, they were up 13-2, and it is now, what, in overtime?
It's in overtime now.
Look at the impact you're having. Top coach in the region. But otherwise, on the game, we're actually showing to circle around and be professional about things. A good opening half from Selfless. Surprising, I think, considering how well OpTic has been playing. I mean, this isn't like this is a team that you're just going to walk in and blow out all the time. They've had some fantastic matches against very good teams. Heroic, notably. They have beaten SK online in a best of 3. So this team does have some challenges, and they're giving one to OpTic right now. They're going to be up 9-6 going into the second half. Well, they'll be on the CT side. So see if this defense can complete the match.
Let's hope so. OpTic, though, maybe kind of let loose a little bit, saying, hey, this team's Selfless. Maybe we don't have to try as hard, but Selfless. Selfless.
Have you ever gotten into a match thinking that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's times where you play against like a lower end team, you're like, yeah, whatever, and then they kind of hand you a run for your money. You're like, wait a minute, we can't take any team that lightly. You know, it's like anyone could win this league, even E United. Even E United.
Okay, so a retake strategy for Selfless towards that A bomb site. Nifty with smoke kit. He's going to be over towards Card, just spotting for any kind of a hit. Tarek's got the utility on the OpTic side of things. And the rest of Selfless, 1 player in mid spotting, and then 3 towards the B bomb site. But they're not pushing whatsoever. They're staying very, very static at the moment. And OpTic's willing to just set up in a very passive default.
Yeah, Selfless, though, playing that heavy B setup. Nifty, though, spotting alone and by the truck. So if OpTic's able to scout this, they might go, I think they can go right into an A take. Stanislav just trying to make noise. He's spotting around. Mixwell does pick the bomb, and he's taking towards A main right. Not Fly, though. He's already in the bomb site. He checks. He doesn't see anything, so it's going to encourage OpTic just to rush. And now they know.
And now they know the bomb is getting planted, and here's the push. Unfortunately, no one just gets dropped by Stanislav. This flank has got to have a huge impact. There's going to be 3 players there. The danger to it is they're coming from the angle away from the kit. So, if Nifty falls before they get to the site, it's going to be so tough to recover that. Stanislav boosted up. He's there to cut off rotations, but he can't do it. Caboose is going to come around as well. He's occupying 2. Naf and Tarek are both here, but Caboose really has no avenue to get towards the site to help his teammates out, and now he can't even cause a distraction. Smoke on the bomb. Mitch gets that kill. There's an opportunity here. He gets another one. Nifty's on it. Can OpTic stop this? I don't think they can. They're too far away. Selfless is going to steal this pistol round away from them.
Oh,
and OpTic
wow.
drops the ball, and Naf with a couple nice kills, they won't matter in the end.
Mitch with nice headshots right there in the smoke of the bomb. Just perfect smoke, perfect execution. Team Selfless was literally right there to pick off anyone that was going to peek through that smoke. Mitch, look at that hero play.
It feels like too many OpTic players got into A main and were just so casual allowing Selfless to get into that site. I mean, they had 3 players who had to run back towards the bomb at a disadvantaged fight, especially when that smoke goes down.
Yeah, there's a lot of people still alive. You want to peek some angles and try to, bait them into some crossfires or something. I mean, you can't have everyone playing passive in a 4-4, 5-5 situation.
Well, now both pistol rounds go to Selfless, so this is a match that you feel with this kind of a lead, they definitely should win. A nice boost over the smoke. An opportunity to get a pick, but it doesn't work out. Nifty's got a lot of presence in mid from OpTic, and he's going to eliminate at least part of it. Rush falls. Stands here to drop a smoke into his vision, and OpTic's trying to make progress onto this ace site. They do initially. Naf is here, but the bomb is not at the site. No one's got to be careful. He's wide in the open. Naf and Tarek brought very low, but the Deagles, they go to work. Mixwell chimes in with 1, so OpTic responding right back. They're in a 3-on-2, but low HP. Unfortunately, Mitch can't land that shot. That's the bomb as well. That could have sealed the round there. So it's going to be a little bit tougher as Mitch and Breezy coming to make this retake. That smoke is going to be so effective blocking the choke point. And look at Naf. He's coming around in a long flank, and because Selfless is taking so long, because they're being so patient, this is going to be effective. There he is, biding his time, lining up the shot, but can't get the kill. He falls, and Breezy is going to come right in with the SMG, jumping around the corner. He's going to find Mixwell in the air, and Mitch cleans him out. And they have a kit. They'll be fine for the defuse. Selfless still managing to win that round.
Nah, Fly messing with the Deagle. That is unfortunate to do. You're just kicking yourself right in the tuckish right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a situation where you feel like you line that up so well and you have all the time in the world that you feel like it should land. But I mean, with the Deagle, with the random nature that it can have, maybe getting a little bit closer. There was no one paying attention to Highway. He could have crawled up. Now, obviously, this is all hindsight.
And also, maybe picking a spot where he could take a shot and just fall back. The point is to stay alive. And he died in the process, and that just really killed it for OpTic to even win the round.
Another good opening into this round for Selfless as well. Double nades over the boost brings Rush down to 38, Mixwell at 64, so very good usage of utility for Selfless to start this out. 2 players towards the B bomb site. Mitch is going to be right around this box. Here's smoke. Thought that might be a pop flash for a second.
Stanislav, there's an opening to the smoke, so this is not good for Mitch. He's gonna peek around the corner, and he does get the flick on Stanislav. Stanislav had the angle and everything on him, and he just didn't hit the shot.
That was dicey for Mitch. He does recover in time. Mid control goes the way of OpTic, but it doesn't seem like Selfless care. They've grabbed control themselves of A main. 1 player in lockers, 1 player right at the entrance.
Nifty smartly backing off. Nice flash peeks by Selfless. Nafly getting exchanged with Rush. He does know that there's a guy in the lockers area, and Mixwell coming up towards A. He picks off Nifty, and now it's a 3-on-3 situation. OpTic, though, is in the A bomb site.
Well, Caboose needs to get aggressive right now. He's being pushed on behind, and his opportunity's gone. Nice patience from Naf. Way to keep his attention, not overexpose himself. And now he's gotten his team into a great position to win this. The cross is going to be smoked off. Breezy trying to get lucky, but it's not going to happen. There's no more utility on the Selfless side. And they're going to have another good retake. They did it on the first round. I believe it was the second round that they had another good retake on. But here on this 2-on-3 against all AK-47s, it's going to be a taller task.
Yeah, and with no utility, it's going to be hard to try to get in this bomb site. They already let the bomb down, and Tarek gets 2 kills. In that situation, if you don't have any more utility, you have to make a move. I think just maybe work an angle as a team and just try to pick off someone. You can't let them plant the bomb and then reset up again. It's just, you're not going to win those.
That's a beautiful double peek from Selfless, but I mean, the thing that negates it is Naf playing that situation so smart. Just staying alive, knowing he's got his teammates coming around. So 11-7, and Selfless is going to be back onto the pistols, themselves taking a lot of damage in the eco rounds, just like in the first half. So they're forced into a reset scenario pretty early on.
And this is actually, I think, Selfless is in a little trouble right now. Even though they've been winning rounds, it seems like they're playing out of their minds to win these rounds. It's like OpTic. It's almost like OpTic is losing them, not Selfless is winning them. If that makes any sense.
Plenty of sense.
Yeah. OpTic, like, it seems like they're making mistakes in losing rounds, while Selfless is, you know, just, I mean, they're making awesome plays, but it just seems like it's too good to be true kind of thing.
Poor guys. Poor guys. Well, Breezy's the only one over towards this B bomb site. He's directly beneath the vents. It's going to be a timing, and the timing is not in his favor because the flashbang, he eats it with his eyeballs, and he's gone.
You don't want to eat flash with your eyeballs.
Oh, that's no good.
Go see your eye doctor, please.
Now the AKs can really do some damage at range. They don't need to be taking these fights, but there's very little risk considering the arsenal that Selfless has here. So OpTic's gonna you know, take a commanding win into this round. They're gonna inch up to 8 rounds playing against 11 on the Selfless side of things. Trying to make a bit of a comeback here.
Indeedy, but all 5 OpTics survived, so OpTic's just rolling in the money right now. Selfless gonna have to save one more round. Hopefully they'll be able to maybe do a little gamble stack. Hopefully OpTic will run into it.
Yeah, this is no nades bought up, no flashbang, so I'd be surprised if there's any kind of crazy aggression at a Selfless side of things, any kind of like you know, nade stack again over towards boost, but they are going to stack towards this A site. 4 players here. That Molotov prevents them from getting aggressive, even if they had a flashbang. This is where that pop flash would really come in, but look at this stack over towards Forklift. This could be an issue as soon as this player makes contact, although no one turns away. Now they come streaming out, with Tarek's there like an exterminator. Just eliminating the, I don't know, what kind of animal would come, rats maybe come storming out of the nest?
Oh, rats. I mean, they do come from nets. I was thinking
cockroaches?
Like cockroach. I mean, these are some degrading animals you're talking about. Insects. Calling Selfless insects now?
Well, I mean, let's not take the metaphor that deep.
How about, what are those dogs in Australia's? You know, the little gopher dogs in Australia?
I have no clue.
Like a meek rat or meek.
That's the animal you're picking. The most obscure. Okay. Well.
Anyways.
That's a nice shot from Nifty. That is a sick flick over towards Naf, and he even falls back, saves his own life. Getting away, that smoke is there to block his retreat. So a 5-on-4 advantage again. We've been saying that a lot in this match for Selfless. They've done a great job at getting these opening kills.
But I like how Nifty repositions himself towards that a mid now. Now the Opper's in middle, and they have 2 riflers in A. So OpTic may be thinking, hey, there's an Opper in A. It might kind of trick him right there.
Yeah, that could be interesting to see how OpTic plans on handling this, because yeah, you're right. They might assume the Opper is still at the same bomb site. The tough part is Nifty's gone all the way over towards B, so it's just these 2 players. It's just Caboose. He's got a Molotov, and it's no one who's got a Molotov as well. So they've got some utility to stop things. Unfortunately, 1 Molotov gets extinguished. There's 2 Molotovs out towards Quad. Beautiful angle from the Observer, and here comes the execute. Caboose with the first kill. Tarek responds, but actually Caboose is going to push right through, and the Opper Nifty gets back just in time. Tarek's brought down to 9 HP. It's going to be a tough situation. He's a little bit too low to really get in too many crazy fights, so Stan's going to have a lot of work to do. There's no nades, though, on the Selfless side to clean him out of that position. Both players for OpTic inside the site. Actually, Tarek's found himself into the door, so that's not bad. But Stan is all alone here. He hits a nice shot, and he's spraying down. He connects another one. That's Tarek to bail him out, coming in at the right moment. And now on top of the boxes, Stan just deletes Nifty. A beautiful round from OpTic.
That flash won him that round right there. It blinded at least two people in that situation. They're able to swing out and kill those 2 people by the toxic in the highway. So unfortunate for Team Self. It seems like they will have that first pick, and then they completely give up map control. Maybe just keep holding angles. Make OpTic force you back in some situations. You're too passive after that first pick.
Well, at least, I mean, To be fair, I think Tarek there played a really wise game, falling into the door where he's, you know, as safe as can be with 9 HP, and then choosing the proper moment to peek out and bail Stan out of a tough spot. Because if Stan is stuck in that 1-on-3, high likelihood Selfless wins that round. So good support from Tarek in a tough situation. And again, good job from Tarek with a triple kill in the anti-eco.
Tarek, just 32 kills, just making Selfless.
Ooh, so is Breezy. Well, he's making OpTic hurt. So, I mean, that's a sick pair of deagles there. Now they're back into this round. He can still do more. Mitch has a UMP into this round as well, but it's going to get dicey. They haven't gone in quite yet. Rush still has a Molotov and a smoke, but he hasn't used that flashbang. Is so nice. Look at how it delays this retake. Selfless wanted to go with that, and Tarek's just going to push forward into the smoke. Rush is going to get one kill, and there's actually Tarek gets both of them. Tarek with the ace. Yeah.
Nice little ace. Tarek just, he wants to win. He's like, team, we're going to win. We're going to make playoffs. If I have to carry you, I will. That's probably exactly what he's saying. Jason.
He's got 20 kills more than his the two closest teammates to him at Rush and Naf, each with 14. So what an individual performance out of Tarek. He's looked so stellar after he's had some time with this OpTic lineup.
Yeah, where's...
It must be the pool. Like, the OpTic house with that pool, there must be something in the water there. Tarek's just feeling ultra good about his gameplay at the moment.
Or maybe he's a hockey player.
Or maybe it's not the pool. Maybe he's spending no time enjoying the pool and ice rink.
Yeah, maybe
it's all deathmatch.
Maybe they're playing at the ice rink right now. You know, at that cold setting, land kind of sports theme. Why not?
Yeah.
Zamboni. Maybe he's playing on a Zamboni right now. We don't know that.
We don't know.
We don't know. Looks like OpTic, though. They're going to sit back in middle. Kind of just trying to spot around. I don't think Mix will spot anything just yet. Selfless, though, playing super passive. Breezy is helping towards that B bomb site. No one's kind of playing super back in CT spawn. So OpTic is going to just walk up places. Selfless just lets them kind of just creep up.
Smoke still obscuring the vision. Mixwell's trying to peer into this A bomb site. 2 players in door, 1 lurker in mid, and that flashbang. Nifty eats it. Now Caboose coming through. He's got an opportunity to make a huge play. They line up, but he can't control the recoil. Breezy is going to eliminate Rush. Down into a 3-on-3 with Mixwell. I mean, maybe he spotted him through that smoke, but I doubt it. I think he just took a shot at the angle on the side of that box, and it works out for him. So now at a 2-on-3, Breezy's so low, only 1 flashbang, and they'd have to hope and pray for a mistake out of OpTic to make this even worth going for. So I think they're going to, they're just going to go for it. Flashbang out, and there's an easy elimination for Stanislaw down into a 2-on-1. Mitch going to try and retake into the site. He does have a kit, but Naf is going to play this well. It's planted for A main, but it's not going to matter. OpTic has been winning all the clutches. I don't think Selfless has really had that successful of a retake since the first 2 rounds of his half.
Yeah, I think this would be a good time for a timeout, just so Selfless can get their minds back in the game, or maybe next round when they have guns, get their minds in the game, saying, hey, what's going wrong? We're playing retake on a lot of these bomb sites, but we don't have nades or utility to retake the bomb sites. Maybe they gotta try to be a little more aggressive and stay aggressive.
Doesn't help when Tarek's dropping 34 kills on you. Well, I mean, like when a player is doing that to you as an individual, like the mentality of it is just like, no matter what play you make, you're just like, I hope I don't run into Tarek because he's winning everything at the moment.
Or you could do the opposite, be like, let's just all go towards him and take him out right away. I mean, just like he's staying alive, he's getting kills. The problem is he's staying alive. Just take him out. Maybe it takes 2-3 people to kill him.
Well, Breezy's deagle has at least been on point in these recent rounds, and now he runs into Tarek. So Tarek's brought down to 34 HP, and he just falls away. He's given his team an advantage. That's the Opper and Mixwell. They're going to try and at least make this AWP hard to recover, throwing it in towards vents. And continuing to bring it with them. So smart play from Naf, but now they have to enter the site. Breezy here. He spots the glimpse just as the smoke plumes, and Mitch is all alone in this site, and he can't hit that shot. Tarek's ready for it. Pre-fires the angle. He's going for more. That's 35 kills on Tarek watch. In a 4-on-4. Selfless is all surrounding this B bomb site. They're just going to storm right in. They line up for Tarek. He gets 2 and assists onto another. And Rush cleans up the other 2 kills. And OpTic has taken a commanding lead, 13-11. Still no pause out of the Selfless side.
Yeah, I think they should call a pause now. They have guns, they have rifles, they have an ult. let's see what the strat we have to do to win this map. But they don't take a pause.
I mean, they're going to need like 3 good strategies because there's so much money on this OpTic side. Essentially, 2 players at 10,000, 1 at 11,000 that they'd have to burn through. So they're going to have to win a lot of consecutive rounds to force any kind of a reset here. So OpTic complete control at the moment behind Tarek.
It looks like they're sending 3 people towards Squeaky Door right now.
This boost better happen quickly and silently. And here comes the hit outdoor. They're in the Molotov. No one's going to get one. Nifty the other. There's still 2 in the smoke. He dinks one, falls down onto the upper of Mixwell, and there's Caboose coming through the smoke. You wanted aggression. You've got it this round from Selfless, 12-13.
Nice stack by Team Selfless. OpTic, though, a little interesting why they would want to push smoke. I mean, I guess is trying to catch him off guard, but you don't need to catch Team Selfless off guard. You're already winning. You have the momentum. Just keep doing your thing, and it's kind of always going through a smoke is a very risky
It's that age-old question. Do you switch something up before they figure out how to beat it, or do you wait for them to figure it out? Do you try and catch them off guard, trying to set up some other kind of defense? And look at this, more aggression. Selfless just essentially rushing B as counter terrorist. There's a good trade. Down into a 4-on-4. I mean, it's going to favor the terrorists, but at least they have some intel. Nifty wanted the angle, and actually I think his leg was just spotted out by Tarek. He's not going to realize that. Perfect pop flash. He can do nothing. He's out in the open. Naf finds it, but that's all Tarek's work. Now he's going to push forward around Forklift, and he's going to spray down towards Truck. It doesn't work out for him. No one does re-peek and get the kill, but huge advantage for OpTic as this bomb is planted. And a 3-on-2. And Mixwell's in middle, so he's got to be a little bit careful. He's got to at some point meet up with his team. He's waiting to cut off those rotations, but it's not planted for middle. He's got to come all the way back towards A main. If this retake was any quicker, it might be a tough spot. Now he's going to come up and stop him from getting into the site with that AWP. Molotov forces Rush into the open, and he wins the battle anyways. And Mixwell chimes in at the end. And this is a reset situation for the economy, and I'm not sure Selfless can even afford to save here. I think they might have to just buy in this one. Yeah. They do have 12 rounds. They could. I mean, it's not an inconceivable comeback at 12-15, but
I would
tough reset.
Buy at the situation, but they decided to buy pistol armor. I mean, we had over 6K on no one. You could just buy it off and then hand it to Nifty or someone and just maybe try to get some nice picks. But they're going with the tie here. Again, it is 5-7 in CS:GO, so you just never know.
I mean, it's also 12-15. So I mean, you gotta have. If you don't have confidence that you can win 3 rounds in a row, you might. That's an issue in and of itself.
Yes.
So Breezy, he's been really good with his deagle, but I don't think he's going to clear this deep angle to his right in Sunroom. Stan gets there very quickly, and that's the B defense gone. So if there's any more aggressive probing, and actually Tarek spots more information, he's going to go for the kills. Of course, this time he can't do it. But now he's at least got the intel that there's at least 2 on highway.
But the entire OpTic is already in the B bomb site, and they're about to plant the bomb. Not Fly gets 1, gets 2. And Nifty gets down to Nifty Caboose, and Nifty does have an AK, so the question is, do you want to save it? Yes, you do. So you have no kits, no positioning. It's just not wise.
Well, and because of the nature of this pistol buy that they have, and just the fact that they basically ran out of money, Caboose only has 900. So if they save this AK-47, they can drop it to him. That's huge. That would be so nice for Selfless Gaming if they could actually be able to do that. So Nifty going to try and save a life here at the end, but Stanislav reacts too quickly for him. And there goes the dream of Caboose having a rifle into the next round.
Yes, and now Caboose, well, he gets
yeah, the dream's alive again. Dream's back, boys.
Dream is back for the tie.
So he is going to have an AK-47, and he'll even be able to upgrade head armor if he chooses to. For cheap.
Cheap, get some money, save it. Why not? But I don't think he's going to buy the head armor. It looks like he's wants
going against AK-47, so I mean, not a huge issue outside of Naf, who has an M4.
This is true. And they'd rather buy utility, drop a gun, It looks like OpTic, though, they're sending 2 people towards that A. We got Not Fly towards Squeaky Door and Tarek holding that A main. A little default from OpTic, gonna slow it down, not trying to force anything. Make Selfless make the mistakes.
Well, this is all it for Selfless. No more mistakes they can give. OpTic on map point here. They've got 3 more before overtime. So Selfless have got to come up huge here. The only gun round Selfless has won. It was basically a boost onto that box in it and a fast play from OpTic that ran right into it. So otherwise they've been beaten pretty convincingly throughout this half. Stan's already got an amazingly advanced position up highway. He's just waiting for someone from Selfless to fall back and kind of just walk right into his crosshair. Caboose would be the likely culprit of that, as he's playing over at Forklift, but no one jump spotting. And there it is, he finds Stan. That's a good job from him, but Rush eliminates Mitch. That's back in checkers, and it's just Breezy here. There's Caboose with the kill, but Breezy's fallen back behind the choke point, so he's gonna get smoked off. It looked like he wanted to make that play. He was itching for it through that smoke. They're looking, I mean, OpTic delays that. They're looking for some kind of a response. That's a nice dink. So Breezy's got rushed down very low. It's a 4-on-3. This is a must-win retake.
Yeah, and the whole team Selfless is rotating right now. They do miss that Molotov in the site. It does delay him from playing the bomb for B main. Tark's about to
they're gonna go right in. Rush gets one, but they've already tried to enter into the retake, and it's working. No one and Breezy each with a kill, and Mixwell, as we saw in the previous round, very far away from this, just coming through vents now, and this diffuses, he's just gonna stick it for 10 seconds. Nice win from Selfless.
Yeah, nice move to attack the bomb site when someone's playing the bomb. That's one less person.
Yeah, essentially turns that 4-on-3 into a 4-on-2 while the plant's going down. So good job and very decisive. I mean, we weren't even ready for it. I highly doubt OpTic was ready for it. Rush certainly wasn't. He does get one kill as they weren't even looking his way, but couldn't stop the rest of the retake.
Yeah, Selfless, so they still have to win 2 rounds, even take it to overtime, and just one little mistake, you're going to lose the match against a team like OpTic, who capitalize on all these kind of mistakes. OpTic, though, they're going to Mixwell sit way back this time. He's not going towards that B. And OpTic, 72 people towards that.
Yeah, I mean, no one's hiding against the wall and door, and then Nifty's going to be there as well with an AWP, just holding the angle, hoping someone's going to come into door late. I mean, that makes it a far rotation if they need to go towards mid or the B bomb site, but that's where they want to try and find this kill, and actually no one will have a quick flank if he ever decides to push up. No one's watching it from OpTic at the moment. Mid control, though, for the terrorist side, and that's a dangerous thing to give up.
It is, but OpTic so far not capitalized on it. They're just spotting spots, and looks like they're going to go towards this vents to B. It's going to be a B split. And they spot no checkers at the moment. Breezy's in the site. Mitch, though, they have Team Selfless have 2 people in the bomb site.
Yeah, but they've got to have a massive hold here because the rotation is still so far away, and they're being flanked from CT spawn. Stands up top. He swings out now. Breezy doesn't see him, and I think they're going to be surprised at where that damage is coming from. They still have no idea. There's Stan cutting off Caboose. That's the next rotation, and Stan does a huge job. He basically just wins this map for OpTic. It's a 4-on-2. There's still a chance, but it's dwindled down so far because of that flank, and even further because of Rush. Wise play from Stan, and that's what happens when you give up mid-control so passively and you don't even have the intel of what's coming. He makes a massive flank.
Yeah, that was, there was still 5 people alive, too, and he somehow hits heaven without even being spotted. I mean, that's a mistake on Selfless. You have to have at least one person just in the mid area.
At least one.
At least one, kind of like maybe even spot and spawn, you know? Give up mid.
They did have players spotting from the A bomb site for a long time when they did those tactics, but that round in particular, they chose to get a couple of players aggressive indoors, so they just didn't have the manpower, and they didn't go away from that stack for the majority of the round. So Stanislaw capitalized on it. That's a good play, but Selfless, I mean, more of a challenge than I think many of us thought they would give.
I mean, we see that they had the potential to win, but again, when they started winning, maybe they got nervous and like, wait a minute, we're winning. Let's change it up or something. Because
it did seem like that advantage, they started to go on tilt a little bit as it slowly dwindled. And you know who else went on tilt? One of the guys on the analyst desk. His name is Ryu. He's he's a big Selfless fan, and I'm sure that couldn't have been easy to watch.
It's been a little bit of the story of the season, man. We play up to the level or down to the level of our competition. Had a couple opportunities there. Tarek had a crazy map. I mean, I don't know.
That was Tarek versus Breezy for a lot of the
felt like
map.
it, yeah, and there's been people that have accused Tarek 38 kills. There's been some people, I don't know who they are, but they've accused Tarek of having a brain that resembles like a type of nut.
The type of nut.
Yeah.
Who would do that? You mean like calling him like a peanut brain or something?
Yeah, so like peanut brain, but
that is messed up.
Definitely didn't seem like peanut brain Tarek.
No, that was more like an acorn brain.
Like slightly enhanced, slightly
yeah,
larger.
That was
yeah, I mean
he was playing lights out.
Yeah, I mean it seemed like he just killed anything on his screen. Like he was having that kind of a performance. And Selfless side had a couple 3v5 advantages. It seemed like they had the opportunities to win that, but just weren't able to close out some of those rounds.
Yeah, they definitely kept it close and definitely could have won that map, but The inexperience, I think, they lost a lot of rounds that they shouldn't have.
Yeah. Early, it seemed like they had a big lead. There was this, I think it was a 2v3 retake here as we take a look at round 7. Nice split onto the bomb site. They get a couple kills, couple go the other direction, but they're able to hold this site and put up a pretty big lead going into that.
Yeah, right here we were both saying complete control right now for Selfless. Right after they win this round, you know, OpTic was on a really bad economical state. I think it went to 8-1 before OpTic could get on the board again. And after this round, then OpTic started their comeback a bit more. Got back into the half pretty well. And as you see there, they forgot they were underdogs early.
Had a big lead. That was a good. And a couple kills. We're talking about how powerful an op that plays that forklift position can be. And then going a little bit later, have another 3v5 advantage, but don't have utility, don't have smokes for the cross into the B bomb site. Stanislaus there, and unfortunately 2 players literally line up, and just like that, they're right back into a 3v3.
Yeah, pretty inexcusable round to lose here. You gotta get that flash down. Nifty had that flash. There's no shame in slowing it down, you know, and being careful, especially when you know that B bomb site is basically open. That they got in there, they made a perfect play, right? Perfect play, perfect read. They go into B, they're playing retake with 1 in CT spawn. Just super bad, just mental error there, you know, just small, bad mental mistake.
Yeah, and this is again one of those 3v5s where it seemed like that, okay, this is a selfless round. Maybe they break the economy, maybe they extend their lead, and just didn't pan out. As we see, you know, Rush pushes up on the rail. No time left on the plant. Mitch not really left with many options.
I saw you slowly go from just happy, excited Ryu into just depressed, miserable man.
I know that you've never like raged or tilted or anything, because
never.
just not in your nature. But I don't usually rage and get like angry, but there are some times that I feel a little drained. And getting late into that match, right around round 23, it seemed like if there was a time for the comeback to happen, if there was time to start to distance ourselves or maybe win some really big rounds, this was that round. It's 11-11. We get a couple kills. It's a decent chance at a retake, but the post plant just doesn't go the way of the Selfless team.
Yeah, mix well with that post-plant op, really strong. They get the smokes up. CTs don't have much information, and this is a very, very difficult round for you to win if you're the CTs here, especially with, you know, playing against world-class players like OpTic.
And I was saying during like literally this exact moment, save the guns. Would you have saved 2v3, very little utility, low in money, post-plant, you know that there's an op hanging onto a corner there?
I wouldn't have saved initially and just said to save. I would have said look for opportunistic kills.
Like a pick or save?
Yes, look for opportunistic kills. If they present themselves, take them and try to win the round. You know, basically if OpTic makes a mistake, you know, try to win it, take that risk. But if they don't give you anything, then book it out of there.
So I can tell you, because I've seen it, Selfless plays really close matches. I think there's been one exception so far this season, so always entertaining. And if you don't believe that I'm telling you the truth, I know a place that you can find out that is the truth, and that is thescoreesports.com. You can take out your Google phone or Apple phone and go to the App Store for your appropriate phone operating system. Hit the search box, type in the Score Esports, download it, install it. It is the best place for esports news and stats. And don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll see if Selfless can split 1-1 on the night up against OpTic.